Hey everybody, it's Chad McNabb driving in Middle Tennessee, of course, today, Nashville. Here, thought I'd give a little tour of Nashville, a couple of the neighborhoods around downtown in the Nashville area. Nashville's the country music capital of the USA. A lot of tourism. We're coming down towards Broadway. This is the Schermerhorn Symphony Center on the right here. I'm on 4th Avenue right now. Coming in down to Broadway, which is, of course, is where all your honky tonks and bars are. A lot of rooftop bars and clubs. This is your main area where a lot of the tourists come. Of course, come down here to the bars and some of the still have some of the old school stores left down here from the older school days in Nashville, like the boot stores and records. Ernest Tubb record store, I believe, is still open. Might be wrong about that. Here by the music, they start playing music down here. All these bars like at 10, 11 o'clock, and they play all the way up till 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll turn here on Broadway, but here you see in this intersection, you got an X in the intersection. That means you have diagonal crossing, because a lot of at night, especially, or even during the day, there's so many people down here going from bar to bar or walking around, so they just go ahead and made it where you can cross diagonally. And then a lot of times on the weekends, Friday, Saturday night especially, they will shut a lot of the Broadway down except for some of these intersections. And the police will be down here. The Ryman Theater is just right up there on the left. Have your Assembly Food Hall over here, or an Assembly, well, I said 5th and Broadway with the Assembly Food Hall in it too, the back. It's a new addition of downtown. It's been open about a little over a year. Has several stores like Apple Store, Tacova, Ariat, Hattie B's Chicken, 1230 Room Club. Food hall is in the back. It's got all kinds of, at least 25, 30 probably restaurants in the food hall. And I do believe if you park in the parking garage there, you get like, may get free parking. Or now I'm coming up here, going west on Broadway. Of course, Nashville has a lot of growth happening. Metro area too. A lot of it's not just country music tourism industry anymore. Got a lot of healthcare in Nashville. Here I'll show you in a little bit some of Amazon's new offices they're building. They're building 3 towers over here on the right, and this is a development called Nashville Yards, which is by some of these the railroad yards over here, and that's a big new development. It's going to have Pinnacle Bank, which is headquartered here in Nashville, is going to build their new headquarters there. Look at a little over 500-foot tower. A couple other residential buildings and a big entertainment center, kind of like the Assembly Food Hall, but with a movie theater, some other entertainment, a live concert venue, maybe a 5,000-6,000 seat concert venue. There's the Grand Hyatt. That's in part of Nashville Yards, like I said, over here on the right is Nashville Yards. I'll drive back down that in a minute. Now we're on, this is 12th Avenue. This is kind of the development right here is called Broadway. Of course, then you have the popular Gulch over here on my left, and I'll come back and drive through there too. Gulch is a very popular area for condos, some new hotels, bars, clubs, retail stores. You got like several celebrities that have some stores over in the Gulch. That's where the Angel Wing mural is. The famous Angel Wing mural in Nashville, where everybody comes, especially wet girls, come and get their pictures made in front of. Now we're crossing Interstate 65, going into Midtown Nashville. This Toyota, Beeman Toyota over here, and couple of these car lots have been sold too, and they will be converted into all kinds of new mixed use developments, apartments, office. So this is Midtown, and then we're going to be up in Vanderbilt here in a minute. Vanderbilt campus. Midtown is getting lots of development too. Midtown has its own has a nightlife area, bars and clubs. It's more, I'd say a little more laid back than downtown. No. Of course, there might be really no honky tonks in Midtown. There's also a lot of Vanderbilt associated with Vanderbilt being close to it too. You got a lot of Vanderbilt students. Like I said, Nashville has big hospital industry, like HCA has their headquarters here. There is Vanderbilt on the left. Then some extensive renovation over here. Vanderbilt, of course, is a private university. That's one of the, probably in the top 20 in the United States, top 25 in the United States in academic rankings. Of course, it's in the SEC, the Southeastern Conference in sports. Got a good, really good baseball team. Football team has never been that good for, well, they have not in many years. They've had decent teams, good teams here and there for the past, in this past year, 75, 80 years, but most of the time they've been had bad or below average football teams. Well, a lot of it's because it's a private university and they got high academic standards, so hard for them to get a lot of the best athletes in the school there. Now the baseball teams have been very good. They've won a couple of national championships in the past 10 years. Then we'll be coming up over here on my right will be Centennial Park. Centennial Park was the park built to celebrate the first 100-year birthday of Tennessee. And there's a full replica of the Parthenon in the park from the same one in Athens, Greece. Of course, the one over here is still intact, unlike the one in Athens, Greece. Nashville's really growing, so a lot of this landscape's going to be changing in the next 10 to 15 years. Some of these lots around here have been bought. Now we're going to drive across Interstate 440 for a minute. And I'll take you over here to, this is called, we're going west, and the west end of Nashville is generally the most, where you have the highest income in Nashville. And there's this little, like I said before, there's a new, Nashville is mostly all of Davidson County. It's only one. It's a metro government, so the whole Davidson County is pretty much the city of Nashville, except the small 4 or 5 little cities that are independent. But they only make up a tiny population of Davidson County, maybe 20,000 out of 715,000. And right here, we're going to come into one of those little, and it also has the highest income in Tennessee too. It's called Belle Meade. And I do believe Belle Meade is where Al Gore, former Vice President Al Gore, has a house. Probably maybe there might be a country music star too that has a house over there. I don't know. And you have a lot of private schools too over here in this area of Nashville. Private, like That's cool. There's a St. Thomas Hospital. That's one of the main hospitals in Nashville. And Vanderbilt would be your number one hospital in Nashville for trauma. I think the average income in Belle Meade is $120,000, something like that. And I think the rest of Davidson County, the average for the whole average income of Davidson County is $27,000. A couple other like really nice neighborhoods, like off Green Hills, which is off in the 12th Avenue South area. It's got a really nice Green Hills Mall. It's got the only Nordstrom store in Tennessee. That area has some country music stars that live there. And 12th Avenue South is gentrifying upcoming neighborhood. Hillsborough Village by Coast of Vanderbilt. Several other neighborhoods I'll show you here in a little bit around downtown too that are really developing. So generally southwest Nashville, which will be your nicest higher income area. East Nashville is on the east side of the Cumberland River, across from downtown. It's starting to has a lot of gentrifying neighborhoods, and it used to be there still are some government housing projects in East Nashville, but a lot of the older houses have been bought and are renovated, and a lot of new businesses have been restaurants, art galleries, bars, been built in East Nashville here in the past 10 years. So it's a really a lot of it is up and coming, already up nice, but then a lot of it's up and coming too, because you'll be like really 6 or 7 renovated houses next to one house that's not renovated, but you might find a little bit better deal on a house over there. Hillsborough Village and Belmont University. Belmont's another university in Nashville, private university. I think it was associated originally with, can't remember, it's either the Baptist Church or the Methodist Church, but it no longer has an affiliation with them. It has a really strong music program. Of course, being in Nashville, several country music stars have went to Belmont. So over here on my left is a lot of the Vanderbilt campus too. Right now I'm driving up Blakemore Avenue. There's Vanderbilt Hospital on the left, and Hillsborough Village is on the right up here at 21st Avenue. That's a nice neighborhood. It's got a lot of apartment buildings, renovated houses, restaurants, bars. Of course, it's right close to Vanderbilt and Belmont. So now, of course, Williamson County, where Franklin and Brentwood is your highest income in Nashville. It even has a higher income than Nashville, Davidson County. Of course, has a lot of country music stars that live in Williamson County. And then you also have a lot of corporate, several corporations have their headquarters in the Cool Springs area of Williamson County, like Nissan, North America, several others. Brentwood probably has the highest average housing in the Nashville metro area, or maybe except for West Meade, maybe. West Meade, Belle Meade. Now here is Belmont University on my right. When I get up here to this red light, I'm going to turn on to Music Row, and then I'm going to start another video. But, like I said, you want to see more of Nashville, Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee, just comment below, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and have a nice day.